Good morning. What a buzz there is in the air here today. Something very special must be happening at this church. Welcome everybody to Unity of Jupiter. I'm Michael Beecher, and I first of all want to thank Joanne Keys for her piano accompaniment. Today, as you all probably know, is a very, very special day at this church. It is the first day of Reverend John Denney as our full-time spiritual leader. So this is... I calculated we've been 15 months without a full-time minister, and we've managed to keep things going, but I think with John leading things, it's going to get even better. So we're very excited about that. Also, Mike Jordan will be doing special music today, and Mike's also going to lead us in the opening songs. So why don't we all get on our feet and join together in singing "My Soul is Welcome Here." I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm in the right place. At the right time. Right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place. Right place. At the right time. Right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 Please remain standing for the joy song, Something Wonderful, also led by Mike Jordan. There we go. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body, feel it in my body, feel it in my soul, feel it in my soul, feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body, feel it in my body, feel it in my soul, feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart, feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Bridge. All this love inside, we can let it shine. Something wonderful, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Something wonderful. Is my thing on, Larry? Testing. Well, something wonderful is happening to me right now, and I feel extremely welcome. Also feel like I'm going to faint, but besides that, it's all going okay. So, yeah, it's amazing. I love this community. I love this church. I love this next opportunity and chapters. I love Joanne coming and playing for us. Just everything that's going on, one thing after another. Michael coming to play for my first day here, just too exciting. So the adventure begins. And the adventure begins on the first Sunday of Advent, which I always look for signs. I'm always looking for little things telling me that I'm doing the right thing, on the right track. Friday marks 7 years of daily meditation. 7 years ago, I made daily meditation a priority. And then today happens to mark the first day of Advent, which is the same word as adventure and going into an adventure. So I went on an adventure yesterday here. I spent the entire day here in a 9-hour workshop about transformational breathing. How I got there, I have no idea. I was just, one thing led to another. I got invited, and then I started seeing more signs. Michael Beecher made a post on Facebook at 4:44 p.m. about this workshop. And I'm like, there's my angel number. Maybe I better look at that. And then the ladies' company is called New World Harmony. I'm like, okay, the harmony exercise. I think there's enough signs here. I have to go. So rather than really getting to practice my speech like I usually do on a Saturday, I got to go to a transformational breathing class. But I was guaranteed everything would be downloaded in me and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So that's what we're going to go with. But last week was incredible. I came to the choir practice. I've been in choir practice 2 weeks in a row right now. And there's 14 people in here singing their hearts out for the Christmas. Carol and Cohen's Friday night thing had over 25 participants. There was 20 participants yesterday. It's just, there's this energy here, and it just feels so good. Like she said, something special is happening right now. And Wednesday meditation, we had 12 people. I met 2 ladies, and one named Nada, one named Nada, both Nada. this week within 24 hours in this room. One of them was my first ever appointment here, so I thought that was kind of cool. And today is a really big day. We got birthday Sunday. We have my first day. We are saying Helena Capps' last day. She's moving to California. We'll give her a little cheer there. We have our Christmas raffle. We have Christmas decorating later on in the day. We have birthday Sunday, like I said. So lots of stuff going on here today, and have some great refreshments and things. So let's just start with a little prayer of Ho'oponopono. If no one's told you I love you today, let me be the first. I love you with all my heart. So let's just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say that to yourself. I love you. Those are about the most powerful words we can say. And then let's give thanks. Thank you. Thank you, we all made it here today. Thank you for this great place to come meet. Thank you for Unity of Jupiter. And I am sorry. I am sorry wherever I fell short this week, wherever I fell short of other people's expectations. Please forgive me. I am forgiven. We know God does not condemn. I am forgiven. We need to accept this forgiveness at the highest level. Say, thank you, God. Now, if you join me for our statement of faith found on the monitor. God is all there is and present everywhere. This is the force of love and wisdom that underlies all of existence. And then our affirmation for today. So my mother said, John, watch out. So don't make all things new. I'm like, it's not me, it's Christ. So then she left me alone after that. So Christ makes all things new. These are not my words, okay? But let's say them together. Behold, I make all things new. And that's what we'll be doing in our Christmas season. So now, if you'll please welcome Sherry Sova up so we can hear what's going on around here.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome, everyone. We are so glad that you are here, and I am glad to be here. I am Sherry Sova, and there are a lot of wonderful things going on here at Unity. So let's first start by start by affirming our Unity of Jupiter core value transformation, which is a great one for today. It is healing, growing, and thriving community. All right, and today's daily word is hope and faith. And you can read this together with me. Affirm, my hope leads me to deepen my faith. As Advent season begins, I feel a quickening, a renewal deep within me as I embark upon a spiritual journey leading to Christmas. Over the years, I may have hoped for lasting peace, greater love, or abiding joy. But as I have grown spiritually, I have learned to look for those things within, to claim them as aspects of my divine identity. Once I do that, I begin to see them manifest in my life. Faith is how I begin to bring my hopes to life. Like my other divine gifts, I always have faith. It's up to me to decide how to use it. When I choose to believe that peace will blanket the earth, love will heal our hearts, and joy will bring harmony to the world's people, I am using the power of faith to bring those visions to vivid life. And today's daily word is inspired by John 1:5. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. All right, we have a few announcements, quite a few announcements today. Today is Birthday Sunday. On the first Sunday of each month, we celebrate those born within that month. So anyone who has a month of December, please stand up and let us honor you. All right, and we do have cake and goodies afterwards as well, too. So on Facebook earlier this week, I saw this little meme that said, church is not a building, it is a community of people. So we have a great community here. So today, after the service, we will be decking the halls with boughs of holly. So right after the service, we will be trimming the tree and decorating the sanctuary. So join our community, stay with us, have some fun, have some snacks, and everyone is invited to make it a spiritual home. So please stay and have some fun with us. And then ongoing, here are some ongoing activities at the church here. Monday morning yoga with Patricia Carroll from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Please bring your own mat and a yoga strap. Her classes are inclusive of all skill levels. So if you've never been, come on in. If you have chronic pain, physical issues, or tensions, you're encouraged to attend. Patricia has been part of this community for years, and she is absolutely wonderful at what she does. You will enjoy that. And then our Monday evening Course in Miracles with Reverend Maureen Cullen is at 7 p.m. right here in the sanctuary as well. Course in Miracles is a intense course, but it is you will expand and you will get a lot from that as well. The first the first Friday of every month is the Healing Circle with Miss Carolyn Cohen at 7 p.m. Tremendous healing happens when more than one person comes in, but she is fantastic at what she does. So the next Healing Circle is going to be Friday, January 5th. Already Friday, January 5th. And then Wednesday at noon is our weekly midday prayer group led by Pam Shostin, our head prayer chaplain, as well as the other prayer chaplains. And again, that's here in the sanctuary Wednesday at noon. Tremendous healing, tremendous prayer. Everything happens through prayer. It's powerful. Sunday morning, we have 9:30, the harmony exercise with Reverend John Denney right here as well. Many, many powerful things happen when you meditate daily for 7 years. And then next week, there will be a bake sale here at Unity next Sunday, December 10th, before and after our service. So come early, stay late. Sam Laws is heading up this event. It's an excellent opportunity for you to stock up on goodies for the holiday season. Give away, not always to eat yourself. All proceeds are going to benefit Unity of Jupiter. And also next Sunday, back by popular demand, the workshop on financial wellness will be given. Carol Lime and myself have been asked to repeat this workshop because of its value as well. So I am a licensed personal financial coach, and I will be speaking on money management and how to get out of debt and save money, investing, all the fun things that we don't like to talk about, but you will learn. And then Carol is going to be doing a refresher on prosperity itself and how to create that abundance. So there are flyers in the foyer. We are going to have the bake sale, but we will have food provided for you as well. So that's going to be right after the service. Last time we did it a little bit later, so learn and adjust. So please join us next Sunday. Please join us throughout the week for all of our activities. And now to lead us into meditation, let us sing Surely the Presence.
I've been switching it up a little bit around here for the meditation, and today is one that people might find familiar. called the Desiderata. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even the dull and ignorant, they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons, they are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery, but let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, and especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all ardity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly to the counsel of years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars, you have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding exactly as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham and drudgery and broken dreams, it is a beautiful world, so be cheerful, be happy. Let us take a moment of silence now as we go calmly, setting an element of calm in each and every one of us so that we can go out into the noise and haste. Let us take a moment of silence now. Thy will, not mine, be done. And now, to finish this time of prayer and meditation, please join Sam in singing the Lord's Prayer. And
Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush of angels' wings. I see glory in each face. Sorry. It's the Lord's Prayer. Could we have the Lord's Prayer? There we go. Yeah. Our Father. Yeah.
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from error. For the kingdom and the power and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen.
Sounds like Christmas. As a musician that gets the honor to play here every once in a while, we're notified in advance of what the talk is going to be, what Reverend John's going to be speaking about. And so I have to find something either in my archives or my music books or go online. And it's public knowledge that this week is All Things New, right? So I'm going online. Well, I really can't find anything All Things New. So I'm thinking celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Cool in the Gang, right? No, it's not going to be Cool in the Gang. So I'm not really finding anything, and it's like, well, I'm just going to write a new song. And in John's honor, and the title is All Things New. So if you can imagine him speaking it, and I'm just the interpreter, so it's coming from him, not me. And the nice thing about the word new, there's a lot of things that rhyme with new. If it was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, I'd be in trouble. So this wasn't too bad, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's called All Things New. Come along with me on this journey. Count the steps, 1, 2, 3. Wherever we may go, whatever we may do, you will find all things new. Believe in yourself, affirm with love. All is good with help from above. When friends are few and you're feeling blue, you will find all things new. Follow a path clear and wide. You may be preoccupied, and even when you don't have a clue, you will find all things new. Come along with this journey. Count the steps, 1, 2, 3. Wherever we may go, whatever we may do, you will find all things new. Wherever we may go, whatever we may do, you will find all things new. Thank you.
I don't know if anyone ever wrote me a song before, Michael. Thank you.
So when the royalties start coming in, then
Okay, well, we should
we'll
split
share
'em.
'em.
Thank you. That could be my first song. So, I'm just going to turn on the light. We're beautiful before God comes, right? But once we bring God in, then we really get beautiful. So let's light ourselves up a little bit. Oh. So, here we are. The adventure begins. The impossible dream. This is sort of an impossible dream to me. I'll explain that in a second here. So, getting to start on the first day of Advent, and then last year I talked about Advent, but this year I really went to that word adventure, and just everything is an adventure. And adventure shows something new, like you haven't done it before. And like I said, I'm always looking for signs of things unfolding. So the 7 years of meditation and all these things. So my scripture today is taken from Hebrews, and it's about hope and faith, just like our thoughts for the week. And it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. We live in this world where we're living in the unseen world, and our thoughts and our beliefs, they become manifest in the seen world over and over again. It's such an incredible cause and effect relationship. So Unity describes Advent as the season of hope, renewal, and change. These 4 weeks before Christmas. It's a time away from the many obstacles that impede our spiritual growth. The 4 Sundays of Advent, the first one is hope and faith. And the next 3 are peace, love, and joy. So I was thinking, well, we have to have hope and faith that our lives will be full of peace, love, and joy so we can go about this crazy life, this crazy world we live in here. And the word adventure means an unusual and stirring experience. Well, this has been that and a lot more, a very unusual and stirring experience. So we'll be carrying these themes of Advent for the next 3 or 4 weeks coming up to Christmas. That was an exciting thing, being the new minister, spiritual leader, is that I get to have talks consistently from week to week now, rather than trying to make one talk that stands alone all the time. So 36 years ago, I graduated from Pepperdine University with a master's degree in psychology, and at our graduation ceremony, they asked us, what is your impossible dream? And I'd been going to a little metaphysical church in Hollywood, California, teeny little church. This is a mega church compared to that. And I said, my impossible dream would be to be a minister, and really at a small church. And I had no idea, and now 40 years later, it's become a reality. I mean, really last year, the first time I ever spoke up here, it was reality, but now it's really become one. So I said last time was my last talk as a special guest, and today is my first one as a full-time minister, so that feels pretty good. But at the same time, nothing really changes. So 7 is a magic number for me. I don't know why, but things happen in 7. So the fact that this was 7 years, almost to the day that I became a daily meditator, literally 7 years and 2 days ago, I became a daily meditator, and now here I am with this incredible opportunity. Unbelievable. And I got to believe that a lot of it had to do with that impossible dream. But I read something last week. It said that, don't ever think a dream's going to take too much time, because that time's going to pass anyway. So you may as well be doing it. And I'm starting to realize that. So Eric Butterworth says that God is centered in you. God is centered in you always. The question is, what is your consciousness centered in? Are we centered in the material world and life's difficulties? Or are we centered in the news of the day and all the bad things going on in the world? Or are we centered in God, in our higher self, as we called it yesterday, our I am presence? Are we choosing the higher way? So he talks about the kingdom of perfectness, the kingdom of potentiality is already within us. We don't need to become something different in order to release our splendor. We just need to be ourselves. And then he goes on to say, your need is simply to get your consciousness centered in God. We heard so much from Emmett Fox. Just think about God instead. Centered in the realization that the whole universe believes in you. That's been tough. You know, when I get worried and nervous here is when I feel separate. It's the Course in Miracles. All of our problems stem from separation and division. And when I start to feel, I'll be lying in my bed and I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Someone asked me, a few people ask me now, so do you feel like the dog that caught the car? And I'm like, I don't generally, but once in a while I do. And it's like, and what does the dog think? Okay, what do I do now, And so all I can say is I have to do the next indicated thing. And hopefully that'll be enough as I go along. And, and what's really great is we have a team. I'm not by myself. Even though sometimes you start to feel that way, I'm not. And you couldn't do something like this by yourself. So it has to be a team. So one of my favorite mentors in the world is my friend Daniel Schlager, and he has this concept of one team. He's a football coach, and we become a team at the beginning of a season. All these kids come in, none of them know each other. Everybody has a judgment about each other, and then over the course of this next few months, while that team develops and plays their season, there comes this incredible bond. And one guy becomes a receiver, one guy's the quarterback, one guy's the defensive man, but they all find their places in their team. And then the organization works great. I read a book by Phil Jackson called 11 Rings. He's won the NBA championship 11 times. And they're like, well, what is the key to the magic teams? And he says the key is love. When you get a team that loves each other, watch out. When you get a team with 10 egos, we've seen it. We've seen the dream teams in the Olympics. They have all the best athletes in all the NBA, and they get beaten by almost high school teams. And you're like, how'd that happen? It's because they didn't love each other. They were 6 guys playing by themselves, basically. And then you get 6 people who love each other, and they can do things which we could only think of are impossible. So I want to look at this next year now. How are we going to make this 2024 unity team the best we can? How are we going to, each of us, find our strengths? I was talking to it before with Paul. It's like, we've all been, say, fans of a football team, a Dolphin fan. We've all been Dolphin fans for 30 years. Well, how many quarterbacks, how many coaches, how many wide receivers have they had in the last 30 years? Yet we're all still Dolphins fans because it's the organization. It's bigger than us. So we're actually drawn by something bigger than ourselves to be a part of. And that's what's so great to be part of a team. And that's what's so great to be part of a family church. I was on the board a long time here, and you see family churches are up to about 50, 70 people. Then it goes on to this next type of church, and then to a next type of church. And each, as it gets bigger, there's less and less of this connection. So I've been spending some time with Carol. This week I was practicing. Okay, I got a full-time job. I better go see what it's like to sit there for 8 hours. So I came in and sat down, and Carol and I started talking, and she's like, John, your son was born on December 8th. My sons were born December 8th. So our sons were born on the same day. I've known Carol for 10 years. And how do we find more and more of that about each other? Because that's what creates a family. Like, think about your family, you know pretty much about everything about everybody, right? Well, that's what I think that has to happen here if we want to make this as successful as we can be. So we're a fan of a team because it gives us an identity. You see people love to be a fan of one another, especially here in Florida. You got the FSU fans and the Florida fans. It couldn't be more divided of anything, but it gives them an identity. So how we can be in unity. You know, I just, again, every time I get any kind of anxiety or upsetness about this is when I separate myself from the idea of the team. Once I come back, so we each make each other stronger, and as we find our different pieces of how we can do it, we'll be stronger and stronger. And then how can I be better? So my wife has taught me the difference between criticism and critiquing. They might feel alike when they do it, when it's happening to you, but they're very different. You know, one is purely meant for my betterment. And, but, you know, what can I do better? If there's things you want me to talk about, if there's little things you don't like what I do, you know, please tell me. I'm a big boy. I can take it now. Most of the time. And, yeah, so, and that's what I want to do. I want to help each person find what's better. So this week, you know, watching our music ministry take shape. You know, I can't sing, I can't even keep a beat. But watching the music ministry come together, I've been here the last 2 Wednesdays for the choir practice, it's amazing. You know, the energy and time and talent that people are putting into this to share some songs with us later this month. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So how can we make this team the best we can be? Making it a cause greater than ourselves. Placing the principles of unity before personalities. That's a little AA thing, but the best way to like cause a problem in life is to have a problem with someone else. So if we start realizing it's not about, you know, everybody can find something they don't like about me in 2 seconds, but that's easy. You know, it's much more difficult to find things we connect with each other about and become in unity. You know, if separation's a problem, unity's got to be the thing. So last week, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this guy, but last week this guy died named Carlton Pearson. Everybody hear of him? Well, he was a Pentecostal minister, and I mean of the highest degree. Healing people, having them fall over backward, the whole fundamentalist thing to the nth degree. And then something happened. He was asked a question, what happens to the people in Africa who've never had a chance and they die of starvation? They're going to hell. And he couldn't reconcile this. And he started to preach a different message of inclusion. He preached unity. Later in his life, you see him talking to Michael Beckwith on all kinds of videos. So he started teaching unity. And guess what happened? His 10,000 person church went out of business in a hurry. There was no fear anymore. I think people want to come to church. People are more apt to come to church if they're scared what might happen if they don't come. You know, I better go to church or could be in big problems here. That's a way bigger motivator than coming for love and connection and what we offer here. I think we do offer salvation. We offer salvation from mental illness and insanity, but it's a little different. And so he started preaching this new message, and eventually, you know, by the time he passed away last week, he'd gotten a new following, hanging out with Michael Beckwith all the time. But it was amazing to see how someone could be so committed to one idea and then completely open up to another. And it's not that they canceled each other out, but he was just so pure. So there's a show on Netflix called Come Sunday that tells this whole story, how it all happened. Pretty incredible story, though. And I was a little bit worried how the message of unity could put them out of business. So hopefully we put it away where you want it as much as you wanted the other one, you know? Be safe. I was thinking of it too. Most people go to AA meetings because they're scared. If they don't, they'll drink. So they actually are motivated by fear more than they're motivated by love and sobriety or love of themselves. You know, and the same thing with churches. I was seeing that a lot last week when I was looking at this. But yeah, so Carlton Pearson, he's one to definitely worth looking at. And we wonder why this unity movement has shrunk and not grown. That could be one of the reasons. You know, if there was a religion that was perfect, we'd all know about it. If there was a therapy that worked for everyone, we would all know about it. You know, if Freudian therapy worked perfectly and for everyone, we'd know about it. So there's really not. It's each of us is on an individual journey. And I believe each of our individual journeys has to be a journey of spiritual awakening. has to be a journey where we're understanding these principles more and more. I feel that unity's given me that. It's given me this, Patrick Hayes calls it stinking thinking. It's given me a way to get out of that, which has been so important. So I want people saved, and unity says we already are, and we're already going to heaven. What Reverend Pearson said, he says, we go through hell, we don't go to hell. I like that one. And of course, hearing him preach, those guys know how to preach. But so what can we do about it? There's a few things, but one is find what is it? What is your special gift that we can bring to the church? And then I want to acknowledge some of our team members. How do you make people on the teams feel special? You guys watch college football. You see all the stickers they have on their heads, hundreds of stickers on the helmet. Well, each time they do something good, they're given a sticker. So today, there's someone I want to give a sticker to, and she's been a very special friend of mine, and it's Helena Caps. And I want, so Barry and I renewed our vows with Helena and Myron 7 years ago out there. And she's been a very special piece of this church with me, and I love her with all my heart. So when I started giving these sermons, she'd come up to me and say, I learned something today, John. I'm like, oh, nice, okay. One person learned something, I'm on the right track. So why don't we come up here, and we want to sing you the Unity song just quickly. And we have a special gift for you too. So come here. Wow. Oh, we can sing it to you right here. We don't even have to take you out of there. All right. We got a gift for you. You can give this to her after. Okay. Yeah. Helena, I love you. You've been so special to me. Can't tell you. So let's give her a unity blessing. We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We behold the Christ as you. Okay. Let's not have her fall on the way back. We've already had that happen enough times. And as long as we're going at it, we're going to do it one more time. Can you play for yourself? Joanne Keys has been playing for us for over 30 years, far longer than, talk about being a fan of a team for a long time, right? She's the one in here who's been here longer than all of us, okay? No one's been here longer than Joanne, and we just want to thank you, a little Christmas present for you, and we appreciate you. So. Thank you, Joanne. Here's another one. She's like, you preaching this week? I'm like, yeah? I like it when you preach. I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. So anyway, so the rest of December, thank you all for coming today. And we were going to have like bring a friend month. So if anyone wants to bring a friend, hopefully we'll have a lot of good laughs coming up in the next few weeks. On the 17th, we're going to be in a wedding on the other side, so we won't be here. But that Kristen Grant is going to be here, and we've been looking forward to listening to her for a long time. So I hope everybody can come next week's service with the prosperity course and all that kind of stuff. So we have a lot of stuff going on, and if you can stay for a little while to decorate, that would be great. If you can't, that's fine too. Have a wonderful day, and thank you all for coming and welcoming me. I really appreciate it.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know, something wonderful is happening. Can you guys feel it? It's all new, it's all good. We're just so excited. All right, so now as we move into our celebration of abundance, it is our opportunity to give back from our financial abundance. So let's begin by reading the Unity of Jupiter Prosperity Blessing together. In a universe overflowing with the abundance of good, we acknowledge God as the source of all our blessings. We affirm our receptivity and acceptance of this good from every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected. Our abundant good comes to us now. Thank you, God, and so it is. There are many ways to give. You can drop your gift off in the baskets that will be coming around. You can also text your donation to 561-581-1119, or you can give by debit or credit card today after the service in our office and see Carol for that. Most of these options can be set up for automatic recurring giving. And to keep our time of giving sacred, I would like you to take your gift in your hand and bless it. You are planting the seeds from your own prosperity and giving back to God from the abundance that has already been provided to you. Breathe life into your gift and thank God that you have this gift to give. And now affirm with me the offertory blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Michael, you want to join me? Yeah. All right, man. Come on. Come on.
Mike and Mike.
We're going to start a candy.
The candy, that's sweet.
Oh, Mike and Ike. Eminem. Love is but a song we sing, feels the way we die. You can make mountains ring and make the angels cry. No, the bird is on the wing, and you may not know why. Come on, you guys know the words. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now.